Monroe is the 8th largest city in the U.S. state of Louisiana. It is the parish seat of Ouachita Parish. In the official 2010 census, Monroe had a population of 48,815. The municipal population declined by 8.1% over the past decade. It was 53,107 in the 2000 census. After a recheck in 2012, the Census Bureau changed the 2010 population from 48,815 to 49,147. Mayor Jamie Mayo, however, maintains that the Monroe population is more than 50,000 and indicated that he will pursue a continued challenge to the count. Monroe is the principal city of the Monroe Metropolitan Statistical Area, which includes the parishes of Ouachita and Union. The two-parish area had a total population of 170,053 in 2000 and an estimated population of 172,275 as of July 1, 2007. The larger Monroe-Bastrop Combined Statistical Area is composed of both the Monroe Metropolitan Statistical Area and the Bastrop Micropolitan Statistical Area. The CSA had a population of 201,074 in 2000. Monroe and the neighboring city of West Monroe, which sits just across the Ouachita River, are often referred to as the Twin Cities of Northeast Louisiana. History. The settlement formerly known as Fort Monroe adopted the name Monroe during the first half of the 19th century, in recognition of the steam-powered paddle wheeler James Monroe. The arrival of the ship had a profound effect on the settlers. It was the single event, in the minds of local residents, that transformed the outpost into a town. The ship is depicted in a mural at the main branch of the Monroe Library on North 18th Street. Therefore, credit is indirectly given to James Monroe of Virginia, the 5th President of the United States, for whom the ship was named. During the American Civil War, Monroe and Opelousas, the seat of St. Landry Parish in South Louisiana, had Confederate training camps. They were established after the fall of New Orleans to the Union in 1862. Conscripts were soon sent to both camps. In 1862, Monroe and Delhi in Richland Parish became overcrowded with unwelcome refugees from rural areas to the east. They had fled the forces of Union General U.S. Grant, who moved into northeastern Louisiana and spent the winter of 1862 to 1863 at winter quarters south of Newellton in Census Parish. He was preparing from the siege of Vicksburg, Mississippi, not completed until July 4, 1863. Historian John D. Winters reported strong Union sympathy in both Delhi and Monroe, as the refugees moved farther west toward Minden in Webster Parish. Many of the existing inhabitants, themselves very poor, refused to sell them food or shelter and treated them with contempt. Union boats came up the Ouachita River to Monroe to trade coffee, liquor, dry goods, and money for cotton. Confederate officers were accused by a citizen of encouraging the trade and of fraternizing with the enemy, eating their oysters, and drinking the liquor. As the war continued, deserters and stragglers about Monroe became so plentiful that the Union Army sent a special detachment from Alexandria to apprehend them. In 1913, Joseph A. Biedenhahn, the first bottler of Coca-Cola, moved to Monroe from Vicksburg, Mississippi. His home and gardens at 2006 Riverside Drive in Monroe now operates as the Biedenhahn Museum and Gardens. Until Biedenhahn's breakthrough, Coca-Cola had been available only when individually mixed at the soda fountain. Biedenhahn and his son, Malcolm Biedenhahn, were among the founders of Delta Airlines, originally Delta Dusters. Collar T. Woolman, the Ouachita Parish agent originally from Indiana, pioneered crop dusting to eradicate the boll weevil, which destroyed cotton in the Mississippi River Delta country in the early 20th century. Woolman originated the first crop dusting service in the world. The collapse of cotton production contributed to the Great Migration of the early 20th century, when hundreds of thousands of African Americans left the rural South for jobs in northern and midwestern cities. Geography. Monroe has an elevation of 72 feet. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 31.6 square miles, of which 28.7 square miles of it is land and 3.7 square miles of it is water. The total area is 11.46% water. Regional cities and the distance from Monroe include: climate. Monroe has a humid subtropical climate. Rainfall is abundant, with the normal annual precipitation averaging over 51 inches, with monthly averages ranging from less than 3 inches in August to more than 5 inches in June. Severe thunderstorms with heavy rain, hail, damaging winds and tornadoes occur in the area during the spring and summer months. The winter months are normally mild, with an average of 35 days of freezing of below freezing temperatures per year, with ice and sleet storms possible. Summer months are hot and humid, with maximum temperatures exceeding 90 degrees, an average of 91 days per year, with high to very high relative average humidity, sometimes exceeding the 90% level. Neighborhoods. Southern Monroe. This area contains the Pecan Land Mall and the Louisiana Purchase Gardens and Zoo. North and East Monroe metro area. The University of Louisiana at Monroe and the headquarters for CenturyLink can be found in this area. This list includes communities located outside Monroe city limits. Demographics. As of the census of 2000, there were 53,107 people, 19,421 households, and 12,157 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,851.8 people per square mile. There were 21,278 housing units at an average density of 741.9 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city in 2000 was 61.13% black, 36.78% white, 0.13% Native American, 1.05% Asian, 0.03% Pacific Islander, 0.25% from other races, and 0.63% from 2 or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 1.01% of the population. There were 19,421 households, out of which 32.3% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 33.4% were married couples living together. 25.3% had a female householder with no husband present, and 37.4% were non-families. 31.3% of all households were made up of individuals, and 11.7% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.54, and the average family size was 3.26. In the city, the population was spread out, with 29.7% under the age of 18, 15.0% from 18 to 24, 25.1% from 25 to 44, 17.5% from 45 to 64, and 12.8% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 29 years. For every 100 females, there were 84.1 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 76.6 males. The median income for a household in the city was $25,864, and the median income for a family was $33,263. Males had a median income of $31,840 versus $22,352 for females. The per capita income for the city is $15,933. About 26.3% of families and 32.3% of the population were below the poverty line, including 45.3% of those under the age of 18 and 21.6% of those 65 and older. Economics. Top employers. According to the city's 2009 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top employers in the metropolitan area are transportation. Monroe was the headquarters of Delta Airlines during the second half of the 1920s. As it expanded, it moved. Monroe Regional Airport served the city. The airport has 3 main runways and is served by American Airlines, United Airlines and Delta Airlines. Greyhound Bus Lines provides transportation from Monroe to many cities across the nation. The city of Monroe has the oldest municipally owned transit system in the nation. Created in 1906 as a 4-line street railroad, the Monroe Transit System now provides 13 fixed bus routes covering most areas of the city, and 3 demand response bus serving the disabled. Monroe can be accessed from I-20, U.S. Highway 165, Louisiana Highway 15, U.S. Highway 80, and I-420. Main railroads: Kansas City Southern, Union Pacific, BNSF and Norfolk Southern. Entertainment. The Monroe Civic Center has multiple facilities. The main complex is the Civic Center Arena. This arena provides 44,000 square feet of exhibit space along with 5,600 seats. The arena may have larger capacities up to 7,200 seats. The arena houses events such as banquets, circuses, and rodeos. The Civic Center also has the B.D. Robinson Conference Hall, Monroe Convention Center, Equestrian Pavilion, and the 2,200-seat W.L. Jack Howard Theater, named for W.L. Jack Howard, the Union Parish native who served as the mayor of Monroe from 1956 to 1972 and again from 1976 to 1978. During the last week of June, Monroe hosts the annual Miss Louisiana pageant. In the 50th competition, a winner was crowned on June 29, 2013, at the W.L. Jack Howard Theater. Monroe is the home of the Louisiana Purchase Gardens and Zoo, which collectively maintains over 500 animals. The zoo also offers boat rides and a catwalk, in addition to other seasonal activities. The Monroe area is home to several museums, including the Northeast Louisiana Children's Museum, the Biedenhahn Museum and Gardens, Cheno Aviation and AMP Military Museum, the Massa Museum of Arts, and the Northeast Louisiana Delta African American Heritage Museum, one of the 26 sites recently identified for the state's African American Heritage Trail. Golf Bayou Yard Country Club, Cheno Golf Course, Frenchman's Bend Country Club, the Links at Money, Forsyth Park. Shopping Pecanland Mall has major anchor stores: Belk, Dillard's, JCPenney, Sears, and Burlington Coat Factory. The largest mall in North Louisiana, it has more than 100 other specialty stores. National Guard. Monroe is home to the 528th Engineer Battalion of the Louisiana Army National Guard. This unit is part of the 225th Engineer Brigade, which is headquartered in Pineville, Louisiana at Camp Beauregard. Education. Colleges and universities: Northeast Louisiana Technical College, Unitech Training Academy, Career Technical College, University of Louisiana at Monroe, Louisiana Delta Community College. The city of Monroe has its own Department of Education that is set off from the larger Ouachita parish school system. It is known as the Monroe City School System. The department consists of 3 high schools, 3 junior high schools, and 18 elementary schools. Media. Monroe is served by a Gannett newspaper, the Monroe News-Star, formerly an afternoon daily owned and operated by the father-son team of publishers, Robert Wilson Ewing, I, and John D. Ewing. When the Ewing's Monroe Morning World ceased publication, the sister publication, the News-Star, became the city's morning-only newspaper. Monroe is also served by 2 African-American weekly newspapers, the Monroe Free Press and the Monroe Dispatch. The Free Press was founded in 1969 by Roosevelt Wright, Jr., and the Dispatch was founded in 1975 by Irma and Frank D. Tieger. The Ouachita Citizen is a locally owned and operated weekly newspaper that was founded in 1924. It has all local coverage of events in Ouachita Parish, including Monroe, West Monroe, Sterlington and Richwood. Emergency alert stations, notable people,